Hello everyone, it's me Slicks. Welcome. Today I'm gonna show you a guide on Boreas because it's a hero that really impressed me. My first impression was good. I thought it would be good, but he was actually a lot better than I thought, and I would say he's one of the best mages in the game. So today we're gonna take a look at what gear is good on him if you're a mid game to late game player. We're also gonna take a look at his skills and I will try to explain them as good as I can. We'll take a look at the awakenings and what artifacts are good on him. We will also take a look at where he can be used, where I recommend using him. So let's start off here with the gear. This is like a typical endgame gear where we have Warlord set here on the left side with triple damage stats, attack, crit rate, crit damage. Attack, crit rate, crit damage. On the right side we have a Soulbound set. Also same thing here. As the top stat you want 2 attack and then you want 1 crit damage and then you want the missing stats here under. So this is crit damage, this is attack, this is attack. This is not a perfect build because as you can see he's above 100% crit rate. You want him as close as possible to 100% crit rate and focus on attack and crit damage. Then you of course want some attack speed to get him attack faster. So what can you use if you're like a mid-game player and don't have these good sets? Let's take a look here. This is actually something you can play as a mid-game player, the Comedy set, and then you can choose to focus on 2 stats, attack and crit rate. So something like this might be what you have on your account. And then on the right side, like any damage set is good on him. I like this one, the Fracture, and try to get attack bonus with crit rate, crit damage, 2 of those, and then one with crit damage, crit chance, attack. And then if you can get a third stat, attack speed is good, rage region is like fine, flat attack is nice also. So that's what I would aim for. So we can move on to the artifacts here. What artifact is the best one? It's pretty easy here because it's the best one on everyone. Tear of Twilight. This artifact is broken. And what options are there? If the mage deals area damage, Skull is pretty good. And then we also have Heaven's Rage that almost everyone can use because it's crit damage. So I like this one because it's like everyone can use it and it's pretty good. But what if you don't have any mythic artifacts? Well, there are some options. We have the legendary one here, the White Tower Trinket. It's like a mini version of Tear of Twilight, so it gives attack, and it's actually pretty good to be a legendary one. So you can go with this one. And if you don't have this one, we have the classic Keen of Wisdom that also gives attack bonus. And this one is really nice too. So let's take a look at his skills here and why he is so good. He is a magic damage type mage with a normal range, but on his auto here, the range is really big. It's like half the map. We will get into that later on. Let's start off with his talent here. When attacking, there's a 10% chance to inflict freeze, and the freeze lasts for 3 seconds. Let's check his basic attack here. Deals 120% magic damage to one enemy. It's when it's skilled up. His ultimate activates Eternal Ice Heaven and increases damage by 250%. Each attack will reduce the trigger interval of Frozen Purification by 1 second. This effect lasts for 30 seconds. As you can see here, you can also skill this up, the duration, the damage, duration, and skill cost. But it's already counted in here because we have everything. We'll talk about this later on. So what is Eternal Ice Heaven? When allies inflict freeze on enemies, deals additional massive damage. The additional damage is affected by the duration of freeze inflicted and has a cooldown of 1.5 seconds. So this means the longer the freeze is from an ally, let's say AI has a long freeze, then the damage will be higher and it can proc 1 time every 1.5 seconds. So let's move on here to his passive. When enemies are inflicted with freeze, they will also receive anti-healing. When attacking enemies inflicted with freeze, deals 55% extra damage. So the anti-healing is for 3 seconds and they won't be able to recover HP during this time. So this is really good also. And then we have this skill. This skill is insane. It procs every 16 seconds. When deployed, deal 200% magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range and inflicts freeze on them for 2 seconds. This effect triggers one time every 16 seconds afterward. During the internal I7, the skill trigger interval is reduced by an extra 10 seconds. So this is the ultimate, and then this will proc every 6 seconds, and this is so much damage. This is so good. This is even crazy good, I would say. So let's take a look at his awakenings here. The A1 is during the ultimate, the trigger chance of the hero's talent is increased by 40%. So if you go back and check his talent, it was the freeze here. So this goes up to 50%. That's pretty good. And then we have the normal attack. That's also pretty good, decent. This one is really good because a lot of the damage is coming from here, and this is another 50% damage, so the A3 is really strong. The A4 is a classic, 1 extra range. It's good, but it's nothing special. The A5 is also really good because so much of the damage is coming from the ultimate because we get increased damage. This procs with everything, so 10 seconds more here is really good. But most of us won't be able to get this. This is not my account today that I'm showcasing, it's Venom's, so a shout out to him. So where can you use Boreas? I think his strongest place is Gear Raid 1 because he has everything. He has CC, he has huge damage, and he has anti-healing. He can actually solo Gear Raid 1 with just a few supporters. I will make a video on him later today where I showcase him in Gear Raid 1 and compare him to Comet. So if you want to check that one out, I will link that in this video later on. So how good do I think this hero is now after I tested him? I would say he's one of the best mages in the game. So I will actually give him a score of 9, maybe even 9.5. Because you can use him in a lot of places. As I said, Gear Raid 1, you can also use him as the damage dealer in Gear Raid 2. He is pretty good for GVG, what I have seen so far. And I think you can use him in the Void Rift also. So that's it for this Boreas guide. Is there any other hero you want me to make a guide on? You can comment below. But this is it for today, so thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!